Hi, I'm Skylar DeVos with Inquiry by Design. I want to talk to you today about some of the printed materials that you get with Inquiry by Design curriculum. Now, when teachers first open this up, one of the reactions we sometimes get is, that is a lot of books. What do I do with all of them? It is not that complicated, but I want to explain how these resources are meant to be used. You'll notice this first stack here consists of the teacher manuals and these smaller student readers. The teacher manuals themselves are where all of the work really happens. These are the units that you teach through. They contain all of the lesson plans that you need, and they go through all of the reading, writing, and the discussion work that happens over the course of the school year. Each of those units comes with a student reader that has the texts for that unit in it. These are for students to use and to mark up freely. They're consumable paper-bound books. So students use these, and next year your new students get new copies to use. You will spend most of your time in the teacher manuals and working with the student readers. This other stack of resources in here that's kind of a yellow-orangey color, these are our fluency, form, and correctness guides. And these materials do essentially two things. One is that some of these set out practices that are made to be ongoing habits throughout the year. An example of that is our fluency guide. In our fluency guide, you'll find a description of a system for how you can get students writing a little bit every day, regularly, to build their fluency in writing. It is not connected to a specific unit. It's something that you can establish as a practice and keep going for as long as you need to. Another example of that is in our correctness guide, where students work on building an error journal. In that case, they're going through and learning to self-edit. They're building a collection of their most common mistakes, and they get to use that throughout the year. So those are examples of the ongoing practices that are in these manuals. Another example of that is our amplifications for English language learners. In that fluency guide, again, you'll find a description not only of how these resources are already built to support English learners, but additional information how you can supplement that and amplify those practices for your English language learners. Now, when it comes to the form guide, I just want to point out that these lessons here are genre-based writing lessons meant to be used only as you need them. So a teacher who is working through these materials with their students might discover that one class really needs to work on their claims, for example. They've got a stack of papers. They say these claims are not quite where they need to be. We're going to look in here. I'm going to look at the sessions under argument, and I'm going to find some of the work under building strong claims, and we're going to work through that with the students. They go straight back into the unit work. These are just something that you touch on lightly. You go through and pull them as needed, because we don't presume to know exactly what your students need to do next. We know that you're in the classroom with them and you have the best view of what their needs are. So I wanted to describe how the teacher manuals are used and how these supplementary resources are used. And one last time, you'll spend most of your time in the teacher manuals themselves, and you'll draw from these resources only as needed.